Hi guys, welcome along. I'm Tony James. In this video, we are going to be discussing a few questions you need to ask yourself about going forward before you set your goals for 2024. So welcome along. This is 5 Minute Focus Series 2, Episode 2. And let's look to the future. Before you set those goals for 2024, let's have a look at these questions. Now, you don't have to answer them now, but if you want to leave them in the comments, you can. But it's just some questions to give you something to think about before you set your goals, to make sure that anything you are setting for 2024 is realistic, is smart, is something you can achieve. So, excuse me if I'm looking down because my questions are on the iPad below the screen, so I need to refresh myself before I ask them. So the first question really is, go through your calendar for 2024 and mark off any days that you know definitely you won't be able to run. So if you're going on holiday, is it a travel day? Do you have a hospital appointment already booked in? Do you have a procedure that is going to be happening in, say, the first 3-4 months? Now, there are some days you know already that you won't be able to run. So just as a start, go to your calendar and mark those days off. So when you're not running on those days, you're not going to feel upset with yourself because you've already booked them off, shall we say. So just go through your calendar and see if there are any of those days that you can mark off as not being available to run. So how many days out of 366, because it's a leap year next year, do you have left for running? That's important. How many days have you got left? Because this all comes down to what we said in the previous video. It's all about commitment. How much time can you commit to the training to achieve what you want to achieve? So how many days last year did you lose to injury? Yeah. I know it's not necessarily going to happen again, but just have a look. How many days did you lose to injury? And that could give you an indication of how many other off days you might have. We all get ill. COVID, cold, flu, anything like that can just knock us back, or we just don't feel like it. There's just something underlying that I just don't feel it today. So have a look at how many of those days you lost in the last 12 months. So now you know your down days. How many days are you going to give yourself for duvet days? Yeah, I know it's sort of similar to what I've just said previously, but how many days are you going to get? Yeah, I'm going to give myself a day off, because people do running streaks. They do go on for years at a time, but is that right for you? I know I can't run every day. I can't do Red January, for example. I know that if I get 2 weeks into it, I'm starting to feel the fatigue and I am very close to getting a running injury. So you need to bear that in mind. If you're going to commit to something long-term, like a run every day in January or run every day in February, can your body physically take the toll? So think about that before you jump into doing these challenges. How many days can you commit to doing such a challenge? So also list the goal races for 2024. What have you got planned? What have you got in there? What are you wanting to achieve? Have you got a Boston Marathon that you're going for? Have you got a place in London? Or are you just wanting to do Brighton, Manchester, or any other marathons? It might not even be marathons. I talk marathons because that's what I like running, but it might be a 5K. There might be a park run you want to go and do. Now, everyone's different. Everyone's got different stages of their career and they're going for different challenges. So if I say marathon, please take that as whatever goal race or distance that you want to achieve. So what are they? Write them down. Get them in your list straight away. So brainstorm. This is important. Brainstorm what steps are you going to have to take to achieve that goal. For example, let's say London Marathon in April. At the time of recording this video, we're about 20 weeks away. So what steps in those 20 weeks do you have to take to achieve that goal? Or myself, I'm doing that sub 20-minute park run challenge at the moment. I'm giving myself 10 weeks. So factor in that time to actually train to achieve your ultimate goal. So if you're looking to run, say, a sub 4 marathon in London in 20 weeks time, what do you need to do and what benchmarks do you need to put in there? For example, after the first month, where do you want to be? What do you want to be achieving? After the second month, where do you want to be? What do you want to be achieving? Write those down, because those little markers, those little sub targets are what make you get to your ultimate target. Yeah. So it's the little steps that get you to the long journeys, and it's those little wins that also motivate you. You know, if you say, I want to run the sub-4 marathon, and you don't test yourself and then you miss, you're very upset with yourself. But if you set those little targets each step, you can, yes, I've achieved it, brilliant. Then you go to the next one, yes, I've done it. And it puts you in the right mindset to achieving your ultimate goal. So brainstorm those activities. So how long will the training block be? Have you given yourself enough time? Have you got dogs in the background that bark at every single thing that happens outside while you're recording a video? If yes, please let me know in the comments below. So just a couple more questions to think about. How many days training have we said? Plan your goals, brainstorm. So yeah, that's it. Look at what's happened before. How much time have you got to do what you want to achieve? That's very important. We can just say, I'm going to do this, and this, and you won't have time to achieve all those. So maybe just 1 or 2 major goals for the year, and then just do those little steps as you work towards them. It's about consistency and how much time have you got to invest in yourself. I'll leave you with that thought, and I will see you again tomorrow for another 5-minute focus. Hit subscribe. Turn on the bell notification so you find out every time I leave another running video. And if you can give this video a thumbs up, that would be most appreciative. See you again soon. Ta-ra.